Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, the GMS, to rule and teach well in the scriptures. Salutations to all your Akim out there that are doing this work in true faith and sincerity. We have basically a massive pandemic going on in the world today with this coronavirus deal. And, this is just an excuse to bring forth the New World Order. It was actually a planned pandemic, a planned epidemic, so that all of the stores were shut down to bring forth martial law, to bring forth, which is the ultimate goal, the RFID microchip. And there's word that just got out, I'm gonna say between yesterday and the beginning of the week, about you have Ohio, the state of Ohio is releasing its prisoners, okay? Not detainees, or not just detainees from your jails, but they're actually releasing hardcore criminals. And so, without further ado, I'll start with the script. Hey, one moment, Hakim. Okay, this is Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 12, and it reads, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn. And so is that not happening now? You have all kind of farmers that they don't have the money to to repair certain parts for their tools for farming. And not only that, but you have a lot of farmers committing suicide, along with what started the whole ordeal, which is the famine. And what caused the famine is you had either certain droughts or you had too much rain, which stopped the germination of the seeds of the food to grow. And so what caused these things? It was Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shai caused them. And so into 14, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So what people is going to stand up and fight against another people? Or you have the right wing, the left wing. You also have, various cultures, or, what the protests that are going on. Certain people believe in this and certain people believe in that. Well, basically, real soon, 911 would no longer be in service because of the police officers, with this coronavirus deal, they are, basically taking leave. Some of them are getting sick, and it's a lot of things that are going on with the added market crash. So before the police officers go and clock in, they want to take care of their own families. You're not gonna have 911 when this thing goes full course. A man shall desire into a city and shall not be able to. That's martial law. Okay, they're closing the borders down right now as we speak. You have the troops, and they're on, like, the National Guard. They're on the borders to hold the borders in place to keep people from coming in and going out. Various police officers are doing that as well. And so this is prophecy. This is what the men of the Lord has spoken, because it was given to them through Yahweh Shah. So, verse 18, for because their pride, the cities shall be troubled. Okay, and is not America a prideful city? Just look at the president, and you can go down from there. Okay, America breeds pride, especially in the women that are out here. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Okay, so that's basically, people ransacking, people's places of residence where they live at. It goes into the destruction of a dwelling place. Okay, and so 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. So you have to understand that, with this this run on supermarkets, this mass panic, that all of the food is flying off the shelves. Hence the government further stirring this pot of panic. They warn people to stock up for 2 weeks of this and 2 weeks of that. And real soon, there's going to be no more money to flow in America and throughout the world. Because of the lack of bread and great tribulation. So they're going to go to a neighbor's house, the one that they believe have food, and those people won't be given food out, in a manner that's gonna dwindle their rations and their supplies. They're just gonna kill the people, ransack the place. All right. Verse 20. Behold, saith Yahweh, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, from Lebanon, to turn themselves one against another, and repay the things that they have done to them. So the Lord is causing everything to go down. So we are to give praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua for doing so. Okay, this is BBC News. 8 hours ago, U.S. jails begin releasing prisoners to stem COVID-19 infections. And so this is from the BBC Post. U.S. jails are let out inmates as cases of coronavirus infections are being reported in prisons. New York City is releasing vulnerable prisoners, the mayor said on Wednesday, days after Los Angeles and Cleveland freed hundreds of inmates. Prison reform advocates say those in jail are at higher risk of catching and passing on COVID-19. There have been more than 9,400 cases of COVID-19 and 152 deaths in the U.S. so far, according to estimates. Globally, there are some 220,000 confirmed cases and over 8,800 deaths. What happened in New York City? New York City's mayor, Bill de Blasio, said on Wednesday that city officials will this week identify individuals for release, including people who were arrested for minor crimes and those most vulnerable to infection due to underlying health problems. His announcement came hours after a guard and a prisoner test positive for coronavirus at Rikers Island Prison, where disgraced former Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein, 68, a high-profile inmate. Weinstein will be moved to a different state prison, an official said on Wednesday. Other New York prisons, such as Sing Sing, have had inmates test positive for coronavirus, and one employee of the state's correction department has died from it. What have the other U.S. jurisdictions done? Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department reduces inmate population by 600 in the last 2 weeks, officials said on Tuesday. Our population within our jails is a vulnerable population just by who they are, where they are located. So we're protecting that population from potential exposure. Los Angeles Sheriff Alex Villanueva told reporters earlier this week. The LA County Jail is the largest prison in the world, with an average population of around 22,000 prisoners. And so you can see, basically, this is a purge going on. Okay? This is something that the Lord mandated. Because before Yahweh Shah cracks the clouds, all chaos, Salakia, all chaos would have been broken out. Okay? The sedition, the lack of bread, the lack of resources, the lack of money, the lack of entertainment, so on and so forth. And so, you know, this to you, Akim, stay prayed up. Okay, the Lord is with us regardless of what we're going through. Okay? And so, it's just a short exhortation. You know, I close out there giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushua Ba'ashem, Rakar Kodash. And Lord willing, this lesson was edifying, and Shalom.